Hi everyone! Welcome back to Janie's Budget. So today, as you can see from the title, I have my debt confession / payoff plan for you guys for quarter 4, the last quarter of 2025. I am very excited about it. Actually, let me add the year. 2025. I'm very excited about it. There's lots of updates to go over, so let's just get started. So I have for quarter 4 so far, October, November, December, my current standing, because we are in October 2025, my current standing is I have accumulated more debt on my credit cards, unfortunately. However, I've been paying off my personal loan, so we've made amazing progress on that. And I've made progress on my car loan, so we've made progress on that as well. Okay, so let's start with my Capital One Platinum card I got in 2020. And if you guys want to see where I started from, you guys can refer to my last 2 debt confessions videos, as I've been updating you guys throughout the year. But my interest rate on my platinum card is 30.99%, and my current balance is $444.88. The minimum payment is $25 a month. However, I've been saving money in my credit card envelopes in my debt binder, and so we're gonna have that. My plan is to have that paid off in full on December 1st. So that's where it is right now. I grew my credit card debt because of my trip to Vermont, which I thought I wasn't gonna have that much debt, but I do, and other factors. Either way, it's back up, unfortunately, but I'm gonna pay this off by December 1st. Okay, so next is my Capital One Quicksilver card. I got that in 2023. The interest rate is 29.74%. My current balance is $546.21. This is over the limit because it's a $500 limit, and I'm over it right now. The minimum monthly payment is $60. However, like I said, I've been saving money in my credit card envelope, and I should have that paid off in full on December 1st. Next up is my personal loan, which I got in 2023. The starting balance was $3,150. The interest rate is 14.31%, and my minimum monthly payment is $73.80. So we've made great progress on this one. If you were keeping up and saw my last video, you saw that with the SUSU that I did, I was able to make a huge payment on my personal loan. It was like a little over $1,000. So plus the $73.80 monthly payment, plus like 3 months I was making a payment of $100, we were able to get the balance all the way down to $534.58. So the current balance of my personal loan is $534.58, which is insane and amazing. If you saw from my last debt confession video, the balance was $2,113.57, and that was in May of 2025, this year, and that was in quarter 2. My personal loan balance was at $2,000, and like I said, I did the SUSU the last time, so I was able to make a big deposit of a little over $1,000, which helped insanely, and I increased my monthly payment to $100 for a couple months. So that was amazing help. So with that, now we are down $534.58, and we're going to be able to pay off my personal loan in full by December 1st, which is just amazing. I'm so proud of myself and so excited about this. So excited. And hopefully I won't have to get a personal loan again. So I think I explained a little bit on the how, but just an overall recap on these 3 debts, because these are the most important ones that I want to have paid off by December 1st, are my 2 credit cards and my personal loan. So Like I said, I'm going to take out the money that I saved in my debt envelopes that I'm going to show you in a second. And then I actually started another SUSU. And like I said, if you want an explanation on what a SUSU is or like how that helps me pay off debt, you can definitely refer to my last video where, I believe my last debt confessions video, or you can just watch all my debt confession videos and you can see in quarter 2 I explained what a SUSU is and how that helps me save money to pay off debt. So I actually entered another SUSU in September. It's going to be from September 19th to December 26th, and I'm sending $150 every Friday. And like I said, it's just a community of people that help save money, but there's better explanation in my last video, a couple of debt videos. Anyway, my payout is October 31st, and I'm getting $1,500. So from that $1,500, I will actually be taking out $500 from it to add on to my credit card envelope and my personal loan envelope. And hopefully I'll have the full amounts to get to pay it off by December 1st, while also keeping up the minimum monthly balance on all these for October and November. So that is my plan. I would use the full amount, but honestly, I have other goals I want to reach. Like I want to finish some savings challenges, plus my birthday's in November, so I'm going to be using some of the money to, you know, celebrate my birthday. But I am very excited about this, and I'm really glad I entered this SUSU again. So yeah, so hopefully with my payout on October 31st, me saving up that money in my envelopes, by December 1st, I'll have the full amounts to pay all of these off. So that is the plan. And then my next couple debts, I'm not too focused on for the rest of the year because this is a lot for me already. But I do have my Capital One Venture card that I got this year, 2025, early. The interest rate is 0% until next year in May. That is why I'm not too worried about it. The current balance is $2,979.13. It is a $3,000 credit card. So I am really using a lot of my credit. But the minimum monthly payment is $29. And one of the reasons I'm not too worried about it is because the 0% interest rate, and plus I'm going to be paying these off by December 1st. So next year I'll be able to fully focus on this card and pay it off. And hopefully pay it off before May 2026, before the interest starts. But because the interest rate is at 0%, I'm just gonna focus on my other debts first and then save up the money by May 2026 to be able to pay this off in full as well. So, and next up is my car loan. I got my car in 2023, and the starting balance, hopefully you guys can see that. The starting balance was $28,700.27. Hold on, sorry, $28,727.73. My current balance is $14,141.75, which is mostly due to the fact that I've been making extra payments on it. So the minimum monthly payment is $570.34, but a couple months ago in quarter 2, from quarter 2 to quarter 3, I remember I increased my monthly payment to $700. I increased it since February. So a couple months ago I was making $700 payments to my car loan. I slowed down in the summer. And I started making $600 a month monthly payments instead, just because I needed to focus on other things like these debts and also just saving money in general, like in my savings box and my savings challenges. But yeah, so I'm making my monthly payment now is $600, just to add a little bit to the principal. And I also plan on paying this off in full next year, 2026. So my Capital One Venture card and my car loan, I plan to pay this off in full in 2026 next year. That's going to be my main focus after all this debt is down. And then my student loans, like I mentioned before, I am not worried about my student loans at all right now. Actually, especially since I do plan on going back to school. I don't have an exact date yet or anything like that. So, yeah, this is just me saying what I plan on in the future, but nothing exact, so I'm not going to say too much about that. But I did get like a school envelope that I'm going to start putting in money in for. But yeah, so that's just a little something. So that's why I'm not too worried about my student loans, because I'm most likely going to get into more student loan debt because school is so expensive. But my minimum monthly payment on my student loans is $261.80, and the current balance is $21,781.15, and the interest rate is from 2.5 to 4.8%, since it's between like subsidized and unsubsidized loans. But from quarter 2, the amount was actually $22,183, so it went down a little bit, not too much, but like I said, I'm not too worried about it. That's just where it is. And next year I'm gonna start saving for that as well, but I don't plan to pay this off in full for another couple years maybe. But this is the order of which I'm focusing my debt payoff journey on. So that's just exactly how I'm doing it. Student loans is at the bottom for me. I know it's different for every single person, but for me personally, student loans is just not my top priority right now. Once I get the rest of my debt paid off, especially after my car loan is paid off in full, I will be going full force into my student loans. But as of right now, since I know I'm going to go back, I'm not too stressed out about it. But that's just me. Like I said, everybody's different. Hopefully you can see that at the bottom there. Anyway, so yeah, this is the order and this is my plan. This is actually exactly what's going to be happening. It's not just a plan. I'm working on it and gonna put it into fruition. I'm so excited about it. So yeah, I did go back into credit card debt, but I have been focusing on paying off my personal loan. So my debt actually didn't increase, it decreased, which was very exciting but also surprising to me, because in May of quarter 2 of 2025, I was in $44,361.78. That was my debt. And then before that, I was $50,000 in debt, $50,000 plus in debt. So we have been decreasing our debt little by little. I know it doesn't seem like a major difference, but it is for me, especially since last year I wasn't even focusing on this at all. So this is amazing progress for me. And as of October 2025, my debt total with everything in it, student loans, car loan, everything else, and I don't have a mortgage or anything. I still live at home with family. So my total debt is $40,427.70. So still a lot, but like for me, that's amazing progress over just 1 year. And the year's not even done yet, so it's going to be way less than this. But remember, at the beginning of this year, I was $50,000 plus in debt. And now, as of October 25, I'm $40,000 and a little bit in debt. So that's amazing progress to me. And like I said, I'm going to pay all this off. So I'm going to be under $40,000 by the end of the year. So this is amazing to me. So yeah, let's just take a look, go back a little bit. Yes, it's a little bit of information about the SUSU, and yeah, this is what my debt looked like as of May 2025 in quarter 2. And then if we go back all the way in the beginning, I have sticky notes everywhere. My previous debt in March of 2025 was $50,935.78, which is insane. That was basically $51,000 of debt that we got down in May, down by $6,574. And then in September, $41,000. This is amazing progress to me. And now, sticky notes. Now, in October 2025, we are at $40,427 $427.70. So this to me is amazing progress, and like I said, hopefully you guys can see that. But let me just rip it off a little bit. You guys can read that a little bit, but yeah, so this is my plan. It works for me. And yeah, I'm really excited about it, like super excited about it, super proud of myself. It really helps to write this down for me so I know how far I've come. But before I end the video, let me just show you where I'm at in my envelopes at the current moment. So this is my debt binder, as you can see. Just put that to the side real quick. Okay, so this is my credit card envelope, and I have this tracker. I've been saving money. My current balance is $860 in this envelope, which is really exciting. So I'm almost able to pay off the 2 credit cards with what's in this envelope. I think I'm short like $100 something. Actually, let's do the math while we're at it. 8. I'm just doing the math real quick of the 2 credit cards right now. So the 2 credit cards at the top, the total is $991.09, and I have $860 in this envelope so far. So I'm short $131.09, which we will be able to get there with the SUSU money that's going to be coming in at the end of this month, and as well from just saving in the envelope in general. So I'm very excited about it. Very excited about it. So we are almost there. And just with adding to this envelope plus the SUSU money, we'll be able to pay these 2 credit cards off, the Platinum and the Quicksilver. And that's going to be exciting. Like I said, paid off in full by December 1st. Next up is the personal loan. So the current balance is $534.58, and I have this tracker. The current total I have in here is $224, so that's a lot lower than I would like. A lot lower than I would like, actually. So $224. So the current balance is $534.58, and I have $224. So I need about $310. Hopefully you guys can see that. $310.58 left to add to this envelope to have the full amount to pay this off, which is fine because, like I said, I'm gonna add to this envelope with my next couple paychecks, and then from the SUSU money I'm gonna take some money from that to be able to get to the $534.58, and that way I can pay this off in full by December 1st. So almost there. The personal loan, almost there. So, but I am positive I'll be able to get there. And the other debts is my car, student loans, like I said, but I'm just not too focused on that right now. So that's why there's nothing in there. And then, like I said, my last credit card, 0% interest, I'm going to utilize. And then once the new year starts, I'm going to save for that aggressively. So yeah, that is my debt confession / payoff plan. It seems like a lot, I know. Well, it is a lot of debt, but I know that some people are on a lot more debt than me in a lot worse situations. So I am very lucky and very blessed to be in the situation I am right now, and I just know that I'll be able to achieve this. So I am excited. So I'm just going to highlight December 1st. Oh, forgot that my orange is running out. Let me make it pink. December 1st. December 1st. December 1st. That is the goal, that is the plan, and that is what's going to happen. Anyway, that is everything that I have for you guys today for my debt payoff / confession plan. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, I also want to give an update. There will be no cash stuffing video or mini Monday or wealthy Wednesday for this pay period. I'm actually going to be taking a little bit of a break, and I will check in for the next pay period. I'm not sure I will be doing one either for the next pay period, but we'll see. I had so many bills come out of this pay period that I really only had like $136. Thank you so much for being here, and have an amazing weekend or day or whenever you're watching this. Bye.